Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. And yes, we are on the road again today. First on the docket, the government responds to Chad Daybell's motions. And then finally, our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk about it. Good day, aficionados. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Thanks for watching. Yes, we're on the road again today. Yesterday, we were in Dallas. Today, we are in lovely Tucson, Arizona. So hopefully a rattlesnake or a javelina do not come and attack me while we're doing Crime Talk today. All right, let's get to it. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't, like if you do, hit that bell so you receive notifications. And as always, leave us a comment about what we talked about today. Additionally, you can listen to us anytime you want on any of your favorite podcasting apps by simply searching Crime Talk. All right. So the other day, Chad Daybell, through his attorney, John Pryor, filed several motions in the case, and the government was able to turn them around rather quickly. And surprisingly, these responses were actually made public somewhat quickly. I'm not sure what's going on, but perhaps the court is realizing through the work of Lori Ellis that you gotta put the information out to the public. Well, as you may recall, one of the motions filed by John Pryor was that he and his client, Chad Daybell, wanted to have cameras in the courtroom. The government's response was, hey, the attorneys for Lori Vallow filed their motion objecting to cameras back on August 30th of 2022. The state responded by September 15th saying, we didn't object. There was a hearing set for the 15th of September. The court had reached out to John Pryor to see if he was going to be present and whether his client wanted to be present. Mr. Pryor apparently responded to the court that neither he nor his client were going to be present. And then, of course, he filed a motion. So what is the prosecution's position on cameras in the courtroom? Too late. You waived your right to it. The issue's been settled. We had attorneys for various newspaper outlets and other interested parties, and Mr. Pryor didn't show up. You showed up too late, and you don't get to participate. That's the way it works in court. There's deadlines. You have to respond. If you do not respond, guess what? It is deemed waived. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe somebody will change their mind, but the government is probably correct on this particular issue. You snooze, you lose. Next, there was a motion filed about grand jury transcripts, and specifically grand jury transcripts of not the grand jury that indicted Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, but a grand jury that apparently met sometime in December of 2021. Well, normally grand jury proceedings are secret unless and until an indictment comes down. Nobody gets those transcripts unless and until an indictment is returned. Well, apparently the government's basically saying, we're not saying we did have a grand jury because those are supposed to be secret. But if we did, apparently no other crimes were charged, and therefore you still wouldn't be entitled to any of the transcripts either way. So prosecution is probably correct on this one, but John Pryor is doing what he can for his client, Chad Daybell, trying to get as much information as possible. I just do not understand why the court in this particular case has not set a deadline for all motions. You file them. If you don't file them by a particular date, you don't get to keep relitigating that. We'll see. The next motion that was filed was a bill of particulars on behalf of Chad Daybell. And once again, we've talked about this. A bill of particulars is when you look at the charging documents and maybe the prosecution didn't specify which subsection of a statute that the defendant is charged under and say, Judge, I just throw up my hands. I do not know. I cannot figure it out. I need a bill of particulars. Please tell me what I need to know. Well, guess what? Guess what the prosecution's response was? Well, you're just trying to get into our theory of the case, and we're not going to give that to you. And guess what else they said? They said that this motion for a bill of particulars is supposed to be filed within 28 days of the date of the indictment. A little bit of time has passed, some 16 months, in fact. And now you're just getting around to it, trying to say you don't know what's going on. The prosecution obviously believes that the indictment is clear. This issue's already been kind of litigated by Lori Vallow's attorneys when they said, hey, you need to go back and clear it up with the grand jury. And the judge said, no, close enough for government work. We'll just keep it right here. And they also say, hey, the court has no authority to do this because we believe it is crystal clear. So that's the new news in the Lori Vallow case. The theme of the day would be, you're too late. You're too late. Next on the docket, our dumb criminal of the day. You just can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Just when you think you've heard it all, then something else happens. A Kansas man has been charged with joyriding, but it's not like he stole a car. No. The police allege that this guy by the name of Dustin Slocum climbed onto the back of a tractor trailer at a shipping yard in Wichita, Kansas, and held onto a door bar for 130 miles down Interstate 35. Now, apparently the truck driver was unaware that he actually had a passenger on the back of his trailer until he was basically convinced to pull over by other drivers on the road. Police say that several drivers called 911 after spotting Mr. Slocum back there, and it took some time for the troopers to actually locate the truck. But Trooper Eric Foster of the Oklahoma Highway Patrol says that Slocum is lucky to be alive, obviously, and obviously it's good that they were able to find him. Now, Slocum was also charged with public intoxication. Shocking. You know, no good story ever started with, so I was eating a salad, right? Apparently, there were a couple of different stories provided by Mr. Slocum, but something along the lines of he was looking for his wife, because on the back of the semi-trailer is where you're going to find him. I think it had something to do with the alcohol. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, not just a good day, and we will see you tomorrow on Crime Talk.